That took way longer than I expected. Starting the stream, had a million and one things to do. I pressed the button and thought, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I haven't turned this on. Then doing new social posts. And doing this and that. It's never ending, honestly. But anyways, we're here. Hello. If anyone is here, it's Monday. Hope your Mondays are going well. Hope you've been busy. Not too busy though. Hope everything's fine. We're here. Another streamer's live. Another streamer's a go. Let me sort my chair out. Jesus Christ. We're here, we're here, we're here. We are here. Okay. It should work. Ping. Ping. There you go. Don't know why it does that. Really weird. It takes a second to load. Here, level 35, nearly 36. Another day in the Lord of the Rings Online. Brilliant. We're loving it. Just want to test my audio. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Test, 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 test. Brilliant. We're loving it. Just want to test my audio. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Test, 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 test. I sound good. The music sounds good. That's all good. We like that. It's always good to test it because you never know. Could have gone sort of wonky for some reason. Could have gone wonky in the time I've had off, a couple of days. Yeah, that looks fine. Oh. Even though I'd set all that up, I still forgot to do this. Dear oh dear. Alright, put that there. Now I'll do this one. Hold on. Dear oh dear. So many things to sort out at the beginning of the stream. But it's okay. We're here for about 4 hours. Which is good. Nice amount of time. Get off about 11 PM my time, which is always good. If my other phone wants to work. Which doesn't seem to want to. Which is always fun. Technical issues as always. It wouldn't be a stream without technical issues. I don't know why that's not working. Okay, we want that, we want that. I always feel like my music's too loud on my side, but it actually sounds pretty decent. Sounds pretty good. Okay, sort all this out. There's all that sorted. Okay. We should be good. I actually got to sort something from the drawer. Hold on. 2 seconds. Get that out the drawer. I'll watch myself in playback. Oh no, wait. That's actually me live. Honestly, having 3 screens is a godsend. But it's also a pain in the bum. Because you get lost between all of your screens. As to what's going on where. Which is always a pain in the bum. I shouldn't moan, really. Fortunate enough to have 3 screens. Some people only have 1. I don't know how you'd possibly stream with just 1 screen. You got to have at least 2, bare minimum. Right, we're here. I think we're sorted. Okay, so where were we? Can't even remember where we left this off. So, I think we've just got to sit on a horse ride, which is really fun. I should have probably sorted that out. But I didn't know that's what we were doing. So we've got to sit on the taxi and shuffle on over to the other side of this area. Which I don't think there's a quick travel for. There isn't. Of course there isn't. Why would there be? That would just be a lot of sense, but there we go. It is what it is. So we're riding on through. It's another thing I needed to check. Who else is streaming today in the Lotto category? Anyone else? Anyone else? Quite a few people here and there. Which is good. Do 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 do. Bow, 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 bow. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, so we're here. I don't think we've got much to do in this area anymore. I will say that, and then I'll eat my words, because there'll be a million and one things to do, as always. But I feel like we're kind of coming to the end of this area, which means we need to move on. I think it's to this area, right? To Evandim. That's a weird structure. I think it's Evandim. We've got quests here, I think. So we'll see what. I can never remember the name of this place, because it doesn't have a marker either, which is a little frustrating. But we'll see what this place has to offer. See what it has to offer. See what we have going on there. I honestly can't remember the name of the town, if I'm honest. Because yeah, I think there's only a few. There's only these. That's all I've got. And hopefully we can see some new places, which would be nice. I imagine we'll probably get a level today as well. Let's turn on the mining finder. It's always handy. But yeah, I really don't think there's much else to do here. Unless we go here and there's going to be a million and one quests. Which, you know, is what it is. We'll quest and we'll complete. We'll get it done. Should have really done this ride before stream, but it is what it is. I honestly couldn't even remember where we were, because it was 2 days ago I think we streamed, was it? Saturday. So 1 day ago. God, where did that day go? Yeah, 1 day ago we streamed. I think it was 1 day. Yeah, because no, I streamed on Saturday. Because Friday's when the server went down. Saturday I did the big long 6-hour, 7-hour stream. 6.5 hour I think it was. So yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Do 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 do. I think this one does tracking. Classic. Interesting. But yeah, not really much to say here, if I'm honest. Just riding the horse. I really should have done this off stream. That's bad of me, but I honestly didn't know where we were. I couldn't remember for the life of me as to where we were, so I thought, oh, I'll just leave it. I don't want to, you know, do anything too strenuous off stream. I did do a bit of crafting. So we did a bit of crafting. What was that, on Saturday evening? Or yesterday? I can't remember when I did it. But yeah, because of all the ore that we picked up on the last stream, I just basically smelted it and stored it and put it away. That was kind of it. That's all I've really done on the account since I last streamed, to be honest. So I haven't progressed any of the story. I haven't done any of the quests. I've just did a bit of crafting. Just because that kind of takes up time. And let's be honest, who wants to watch me craft? It's not the most thrilling of things to watch. Watching a timer, I just go ding, ding, ding. Pretty much just press the button and walk away from it, to be honest. And just leave it. Oh, it's done. Okay, so here we are. Let's turn these quests in. Just further towards the back. Esseldin, that's the name of this place. Couldn't remember that for the life of me. Gotta go through the door. In the door we go. Okay, finish this one. Fornost, the darkness within. Okay, we'll take that. There was another one he had. You must travel to the south. Okay. Fair enough. Not a problem. Easy peasy. Still got a hand in here, though. Something's handing in here. What's this one? Find more Morgul hilts. Huh? Fornost, the darkness within. The Morgul hilts are in the possession of the four wraiths. This is a group quest. Oh, Fornost, that's a dungeon, isn't it? Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's fine. That's not a problem. We're not doing that. We got rid of all the Fornost ones because finding groups for dungeons is a little difficult at this level, so it is what it is. It's not part of the main story, so I mean we've got plenty of XP. We're over leveled for this area in a way as well, so we'll just leave it. We've got a class quest, I believe, as well for the top right corner. I think we've got to go there, which is this, which is a word of the healer. We did try it on our last stream, and it kind of bugged out. So we'll try it again this time and hope that it doesn't freak out on us. We can hope. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. No, I walk. Why not? It'd be rude not to. Oh, a node. Let's get that node. If we don't get attacked, we're gonna get attacked. That's fine. Oh, they're pretty much one here at this level. I didn't realise. That's fine. That makes it feel a little better. Back on the horse. Or the goat, shall we say. And onward we go. So yeah, hopefully this quest doesn't bug out this time. Because it's really weird. I was meant to be helping the dwarves by healing them. I then just killed the enemies basically before they reached them. They didn't lose any health. And then they all just stood around like, huh? Huh? What do we do? So yeah. It's probably worthwhile giving it another shot because it is a class quest. I don't know what we get from it. Oh, I get a title. The Harbinger of Peace. And a hat of a healer or a stone of a healer. Which is effectively a just predominantly healing items. Which is interesting. Not that I think I really need that. 9 will, 9 fate. I mean, will's useless. Fate. Don't have fate on the other one, but we've got vitality. But then we would lose out on physical mitigation. And I don't know what that means. Oh, we want to follow the road. I'm just aggroing all of these monsters here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, so let's see what this has to offer us. Hopefully, it works. We can hope. We can hope. It's over here. Hand in. That's right. He's down here. Here he is. Sure. So we aid in the defense. Not a problem. Solo quest cannot be completed in a fellowship. Not a problem. So we get chucked here. Talk to the guy again, and we need to avoid losing 3 of them, which isn't going to be an issue. So we'll get off our horse or goat. You'll be aiding the sentries up by the mines. Your position will be over here. So we follow him and the 3 lads at the door. Support the guards at the gate. They will have need of your aid. Okay. Gotcha. Not a problem. You are our rune keeper. Yes. Yes. Slash nod. Oh, you can't nod. Slash yes. You agree. We're experiencing an attack. You must use your runes and mysteries to keep my dwarves fighting. Does that mean I just don't have to attack? Is that what's bugging it out, maybe? We'll just heal them. Just for the sake of healing. Maybe I'll let them aggro first. Because then the game will think that it's going the way it should be. But in actual fact... Oh, they're actually just attacking me anyway. Regardless. And they hardly take any... I mean, they don't exactly take damage, do they? I have a minor injury. Oh dear. That's not good. Why is this guy just standing back here? What's he doing? Oh, I put the totem down. A great shelter rises within the city, flown behind the walls. Ah, so this is what they should have done. Oh no, this was right. The birds come in and we just completely just KO the birds. Because they're easy peasy. And then he says, we need your help by the mines. Hudar has been wounded. Maybe that's what I was meant to do before. Follow? I think I was meant to do this. Maybe it was a me problem. I think it might have been. I think I just left the guy to die. Okay, this makes more sense. Okay. I think it was a me problem last time. Whoops. Sorry about that. That was definitely a me problem. Another one dead. It's been repelled. Easy. Finish. Teleport. Easy peasy. Real nice and simple. Nothing too complicated about that. So the hat or the stone? I mean, I think our stone does more. Vitality, fate, and critical. Whereas that's mainly outgoing healing. 144. That's kind of crazy. Fate, vitality, or critical rating. I feel like that critical rating is actually pretty good. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. We're going to wear it. We're going to wear it. Why not? Tons more junk. Love that. We love collecting junk. Okay, well, that was that done. That was really simple. Nice and easy. Can't complain of that one. Cannot complain there. So off we head back the other way. Can we slide? We're gonna slide. Oh, risky business. Okay, we're fine. Just a slight broken leg, but that's okay. We can live with that. Kind of on to our last quest here, I think. Depending on what this gives us, it may very well be the last quest of this area. Which I'm not gonna cry about. Because we've certainly done this area way quicker than we did the Lone Lands. The Lone Lands just took forever to get through. Just kind of reminds me of like Elwyn Forest. The first time you do it, you're just there forever. If you play as a human, you're just there forever in Elwyn Forest. Trying to grind your way through to do dead mines. One exciting time. One thing I'm glad of this place is there's just so many nodes. Like, I pretty much leveled up my jewel crafting to my expert or something, to master, by just simply doing the gemstones. I had like 80 adamant, and I polished 80 adamant, and I got a level, which is insane. That's all purely just because of the nodes that were here. Yeah, we got the master level, so, which is really good. That means then we're kind of ready for the next level, or the next area, should I say. But yeah, master on that one. We still got prospector to work on, which was dwarf iron ingots. But we were working on the master version of that, so we do have 3 masteries on that. Jewel is really hard to get mastery of, to be honest, because what it needs is this one silver? Yeah, silver. Silver's really hard to find, unless I've just not found it yet. It's actually quite simple. I found some of it. I just can't find a lot of it. Not like here, where there's just a bounty of deposits. An absolute plethora of mining and branches. Well, prospecting they call it, but there we go. Yeah, there's just so many. So many. Oh, a bountiful iron deposit. Very good. Another one over here. Oh, yawning. Something wrong with me. I'm always tired. Always tired. I think I've got a condition. Oh, some more branches. Very good, very good. Collect those bad boys. Already in use. I beg to differ. It's not in use. You cannot do that. Okay, why not? Give me them branches. I need to make the logs. Where did I actually get my forest drop to? Oh, artisan as well. I actually need... I need Lebetherion boards. I've not even seen a Lebetherion, however you pronounce that, source yet. Or pristine leather, pristine hides. Not seen either of those yet, I don't think, so that's quite interesting. All to come, which is quite exciting. Not really, that was bullshit. Different kinds of logs is definitely not exciting. Do I need to go through here? Probably need to go in here. Let's talk to this guy. Ooh, this is nice. I like what you've done with the place. Hello, good sir. Find and kill Druckerodoth. Oh, it's going to be in that camp again, isn't it? It's going to be in that camp. We know it is. Oh no, over here. That was over there. Okay, well, somewhere else. That's good. I don't want to go back to that big orc camp again. That was just hell on Saturday. Oh, I need a rock as well. An elf stone that catches and refracts light, creating a shimmery appearance on its surface. The stone hums softly and is, if used, may inspire you to some form of greatness. Sounds very mystical. Not sure how we get over there because it looks like it's surrounded by mountains. Ooh, excuse me, yawning. Yeah, it does seem like some mountains in the way, but I'm sure there's got to be an entrance somewhere. Somewhere along the ways, I'm sure there's a way in. Otherwise, why would it send us here? Never mind. In the meantime, we've got logs to collect and mining deposits to strip of all its natural resources. Alright, there's that one. Which is good. And then another one. You never know when you're going to need some logs. I should really, at some point, I don't know, maybe buy the 4th skill and then get woodworking. So I can actually use these logs or something. That's a thought. I swear, like, the 4th skill's like, I don't know, 3,000 lottery points, I think, which is quite pricey. Quite pricey. Quite pricey. Okay, so... Oh, okay. This could be the way in. This could be our way in. Can we make it? Can we make it? Are we going to get up? No. Of course not. That'd be too simple. Do 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 do. It always does seem to be nighttime when I'm playing this game too. It's really weird. Like 5 minutes and it's at midnight. So we're like fully in the... I think I've just got to work my way around the edge here. There still isn't the way in. We're always fully like deep in the thick of the nighttime cycle. I feel like I never get the daytime cycle. Don't get me wrong, it's very pretty. I just like looking at it in the daytime though, so I can see everything. Alright, I think we're making progress here. This could be a way round, maybe. Maybe not. Still massive mountains in the way. Breeland. Circling back round to Bree, are we? Well, I'm pretty sure we're heading the right way. Maybe. I don't see why we wouldn't be. Why would we be going up here if there's nothing for us to look at? Oh no, there quite literally is nothing for us to look at. That's crazy. How the hell do we get into this place? What does it say? Can be found in the deepest, most southern recesses of Nan Wathrin. Gildor told you that if GirthCore was slain, then Lyn Glithian would remain safe enough for him to come to the Council of Esseldin. You were warned not to confront. Oh, it's a group quest as well. Interesting. Using the other will allow you to access the inspiration buff while solo or in a small fellowship. Okay, that's fine then. That makes sense. So you can solo it because they allow you to buff yourself. Okay, that's fine. You will not to be confronted with the Uruk without the help of allies. Or you just buff yourself and hope for the best. Doesn't really tell us where to go though. Which is a bit of a bugger. Bit of a bugger, if I'm honest. Maybe it's around this way. Are you like through here? Maybe I've just gone the wrong way. It's possible. It is quite possible. We've just simply gone completely the wrong way. Obviously, I can't slide down that great of a ravine. We would die. I mean, we could. I mean, maybe we can just work our way around the edge there because there is a little something there. Maybe we just work it in reverse. I don't know. This is all guesswork at this point. But I'm here for it. I'm here for the adventure. I mean, there is random mobs here. Like, who's this guy? Just a random orc. Just chilling. Just randomly just in the middle of nowhere. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not a Scooby-Doo. Oh, right, wrong button. I want that button. Let's run around this edge. Maybe this will lead us to where we need to go. Fingers crossed. We'll be able to work our way to the other side or just loop around the whole of this outskirt to find where the hell we need to go. Fingers crossed. Imagine doing this without a mount. Jesus. You'd be here all year. Just trying to walk around this little area. It'd take an age. Nope, it just drops us off. Ah, to a waterfall. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. I should really just use my other map. I don't know why I'm not doing that. I have a mod for this. So we would have to go back where we came from, and there's an entrance there, and it's an orc camp basically, but there is an entrance over this side as well. So can we... Hello, sapling. How's it going? You well? Thank you for joining us. Nice seeing you again. How are we on this fine... Where is your return home skill bound to? It is bound to Celandim. Very far away from here. How comes that you ask? Good to hear that you're well, though. Good. So, I mean, could I cross there, maybe? Swim across? Is it possible? I think I could swim across there and then just run around this way. Is this going to be longer, though? It's probably much longer. And then just go up through there. And then work my way through there. To get to, let me guess, he's going to be here, isn't he? Yeah, of course he is. Of course he's at the end. I don't know what one to do. I don't know what option to go. I'll probably just make my way back round the ridge, round here, and pop in there. That's probably the easier way instead of going across this lake, then following it all the way round, all the way back into the village, through the bridge, and then back across. I think, yeah, make my way back is probably the quicker option. We'll do that. I thought the symbol changed to match the milestone zone you have it set to. I am not sure. So it looked like you hadn't set it to anything. I don't know. Well, it's just the default starter. The reason why I kept it there is because they have the fast travel to Bree. So I found quite often Bree's kind of like a big hub for crafting and bits and pieces, and just generally kind of a good place to always head to if you need to get to safety. So if I go to Celandim, I can then just quick travel to Bree, and then I'm basically like in a good spot for the minute anyway, for this side of the realm, so to speak. But yeah, it's just set to the default place. Maybe that's why that looks like that, because I've not personally picked anything yet. But then again, I don't know. I'm not too sure. It's weird that there's just these orcs just chilling around this bay. So you haven't changed it ever? Nope, not changed it yet. I've just kept it as it was. That's why then. Ah. We figured it out. We got there. We figured out the mystery. Yeah, I just left it the default. I suppose I could just change it to Bree. Maybe that would make more sense. But I like the fact that it feels like in Celadin you can kind of also go to other places. Seems like a bit of a weird hub. I always change it to the new quest zone if I go to. Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense too. Yeah, I can understand that. That's what I would do in World of Warcraft mainly. Speakers are turned off again. Love that. Stay on. Yeah, in World of Warcraft, I'd change the Hearthstones wherever I was questing. I feel like the travel in this game is a little unique in the sense that, like, some places you can't reach other places. I know obviously you can't go to them unless you've been to them before. That makes a lot of sense. But like, I could go to Bree, but not be able to go to this place where I'm at here. It wouldn't be on the list, which I find weird. So I thought by having Celandim, I found that a lot of the places I was heading were on the list. So I just kind of kept it. Obviously, that's subject to change. And I will obviously change it the further I get away from these areas, because I imagine there's going to be another hub city further away. Unless you always just have to go back to Bree, which would be kind of crazy. Yep, no matter how far away you get, you've always just got to go back to Bree. Not there's really even a need to go to Bree, to be honest, because when you've got the VIP perks, I don't need a bank anymore. I don't need a shop anymore. It's just kind of crafty related stuffs. And majority of places have like a forge for prospecting. and a workbench for woodworking, so probably don't even need to go to Bree. Probably just a waste of my time, really, the way I've been doing it. Now that I think about it. Hopefully this is the entrance here that we're looking for. Check the map real quick. Yes, this is very close. So we'll just... no, we'll just work around this guy. There's no point killing him. He's fine. So yeah, this is the ravine that we want. This is the ravine. That guy's just... What's he doing? What's this guy doing? Well, we're gonna leave him. Leave him to it. He's having a good day. he's just chilling there. And another one. Why are they just facing the wall? That's really weird. You're not going to be able to catch many enemies looking that way, mate. We'll just sneak on by him. He's not phased or bothered. We'll leave them to it. They're fascinated by the wall, literally. All of them. Oh, no, okay, he is facing me this time. They're all just facing away from the path that they're meant to be looking at. What's this? Title awarded, deed bestowed, reduced awareness. What's that mean? What's reduced awareness? I can't even click on it. I'm not very aware. I'm not aware of what I need to be aware of. We'll just cruise on by you as well. Cruise on by you. It's because server is full or almost full. Oh, wow. It's that busy, is it? Damn. That's kind of cool. So we want to head... Where am I facing in the world? I want to head up this way, so I need to go to the left. Because he's round here. But then again, I've probably got to go across this bridge first. So maybe go straight through this ridge and make our way through. So, yeah, because we need to go across that bridge there. Okay. So we've got to make our way up there. This is one good thing about being a higher level. You can just kind of walk past all these because these are just not interested in me at all. Which is nice. Well, there's a lot of mining here, though. Might as well grab all of this, if I can. Makes that worth our time. Cheeky bit of ore here and there. Do I go up here? Yes, this is where we want to go. Pretty sure, unless I've got it wrong. No, this is exactly right. This is perfect. This looks like a good place to draw upon the power. Okay. This is not a place to draw upon the power. Okay. Make up your mind, game. Come on. What one is it? Oh, wait. There's a... I think there's a dude I just passed. Why would I need to do something here? There's a... there's only one dude. That's weird. Why did it come up with that? There's nothing really here to fight. How strange. Oh, well, we just keep moving. Just keep moving. Can never go wrong with just keeping moving. Yeah, this camp is definitely not like the other one on the other side. That camp is crazy. There's so many mobs on that side. Yeah, we're definitely making our way here. Let's just double check the map real quick. Make sure we are going the right way. So we want to hug this wall. Head the other side. So we want to hug this wall and go up here. Ah, there's a nice little ash branch to collect. Nice, nice, nice. Leave him alone. Hug our wall on the way up here. This game's got so dark all of a sudden. I can barely see anything. Some more nodes to collect. Here's our guy. I think this is him. Oh, he's only 5.8k. He's not bad. We can do him. We've killed worse. But it's weird that I can't even use the rock here. It's like, no, sorry, you can't use it here. Oh well, let's kill him. Apparently I'm not in his line of sight. That's interesting. Over here? Is he going to do something mad and like call on a load of enemies or something? No, he hasn't done anything that crazy. I thought he'd put like call on a load of orcs and be like, help me! 5 levels lower should be fine. Yeah, he was easy peasy. He was easy. When I was streaming on Saturday, I was coming up against elite mobs that were roughly, I think they were 33. And damn, they were tough. They were hard to juggle. Because they all were in packs. So I had to sort of juggle like 3 and 4 of them at a time. And that was very difficult. But we made it work. We did it. We got there in the end. But it was tough. It was good though. It was fun. It was fun. Loads more to collect. This area loves giving you minerals. Okay, there's that one done. Don't aggro him. Round to the other side. That's fine. But yeah, how you doing, Sapling? You well? You having a good Monday? You doing all right? This way. I'm hoping to be done with this area after this quest, to be honest. Be nice to venture forward to somewhere new. See some new sights, experience some new things. I did a pizza buffet today, ate maybe 2,000 calories of pizza. That sounds fantastic. Had only eaten 2 oranges today other than that. That sounds like the best Monday ever. Well done. That's brilliant. Who doesn't love a good pizza buffet? That's fantastic. Pizza buffet. That sounds so good. There's a node here. Oh, it's up on the ridge. That sounds so nice. What kind of pizza did they have on offer? You standard like pepperoni, or did they do anything like crazy? Oh, that sounds so good. I'd love a bit of pizza right now. Oh, juicy bit of pizza. Oh, love a bit. It's making my mouth water just thinking about it. Oh. I don't know about you, but pizza here has just become ridiculously expensive for some reason. Like if you go to like a pizza restaurant, so to speak, they'll charge you like £18 for a pizza. It's crazy. For just dough, tomato sauce, bit of cheese, and some toppings. Oh yeah, that'd be nearly £20, please. Like what? One pizza was minced meat and cheese, tomato sauce. The other was pineapple, ham, pepperoni, cheese, and tomato sauce. Oh, sounds absolutely delightful. Oh, I'd wrap my lips around that, no problem. That sounds great. Really? You want to aggro? Sure, you'll die. It was great. Good. I'm glad you had a nice time. I'm really glad you had a nice time. That's good. But no, over here, pizza prices have just gone crazy. I know, like, the price of cheese has gone up, so that's probably contributing it to it massively. And, of course, just generally the price of utilities, probably the fees to rent the building. You know, everything's gone up. I get it. You know, prices are going to increase. I understand. But, like, I don't know. When I was at uni, say, 10 years ago, which I know is obviously quite a long time ago, you could get 2 large pizzas. You could get 3 sides, a dessert, which is like of cookies. It's kind of what they did, but they just call it dessert. Even though the only option was like these little cookies that they would bake, 4 cookies in this little box, and a 2-litre bottle of like Coke, Pepsi, whatever, and it cost £25. And at uni, that would be wicked because you could share that with like 3 or 4 people and you'd do fine. So you'd all chip in, you know, and it'd cost you barely anything and you've had this massive meal. Nowadays, if you wanted something similar to that, it'd cost you like 60 quid, maybe not more. It's crazy. Just for like pizza and a few, like some chicken strips. 60 quid. And they probably won't even do like a large pizza like it was before. It'd probably be like a medium pizza. We live in strange times. Very strange times. It was an expensive restaurant, and normally that amount of pizza costs £45 in the restaurant, but the buffet is only 15. You got an absolute steal then. That's a brilliant deal. 15 quid for all you can eat buffet pizza. Whew. That sounds great. And the buffet is every day for 15 quid. Very good. Very good. That's unheard of over here nowadays. I mean, the only buffet pizza place I knew of was Pizza Hut. And I don't think they do it on the weekends. You can only go do weekdays from like 12 till 2. It's some really like shoddy amount of hours. I don't know how much they would charge nowadays, but I imagine it'd be like 25 quid a person. And it's only 5-minute walk from where I live. That's dangerous. Now that's very dangerous. For the price and the convenience. It's only until 6 p.m. on Tuesday through Saturday, but on Mondays and Sundays it's all day. Oh wow. So even on a Sunday it's good that they offer that all day though. Because normally like when it comes to the weekend, obviously they want to make as much profit as possible. So like any deals, they're getting rid of them. There's no lunchtime specials. There's nothing crazy going on. So it's cool that they offer it on a Sunday. That's really good. But like you said, it being that close to your house, that is dangerous territory. Because you'd be like, what do I fancy? Pizza, buffet, little price. Let's go. I know I would be anyway. It'd be too dangerous for that. For that to be close to my house. I also have McDonald's and stuff really close because I live in the centre of a city. Damn. I mean, I can't complain on that front because McDonald's is about 10 minutes walk from my house. So that's convenient in some senses. So if you're not bothered to cook that evening, you can just get McDonald's, but McDonald's gets a bit repetitive after a while. And let's be honest, it isn't exactly real food. You're going to have to bear with me 2 seconds. I've just got a phone call, so just bear with me. I'll be just right back. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Just had a phone call. Apologies. All sorted though. You're really making me want pizza now. I'm not gonna lie. I could really do with a slice of pizza. But no, having McDonald's close, it does get just a bit. And like I was saying, McDonald's just isn't really real food, is it? Let's be honest. It's just convenience. It's just a meal in a moment. Not exactly something we should really be eating, but hey ho. You're a long time dead, I suppose. But then again, eating McDonald's doesn't help with that factor either. It is what it is. I'm trying to lose weight too, which I did manage to go from 92 to 86. Very good, so it's great. I eat boiled potatoes with skin on, plus beef and oranges to lose weight. Has worked great. Very good. Well done. Congratulations. It's hard. It's hard. I understand that completely because I'm trying to lose weight myself. And I've gone down the route of intermittent fasting, which is a very hard route to go down, if I'm honest. So I try not to eat anything from sort of like 7 p.m. until I kind of try not to eat till like 6 p.m. the next day. I try and only just eat one meal a day. That's really what I've been trying to do. It's very difficult. It's very hard. But I'm just trying to increase the amount of protein. I've read boiled potatoes are better than most vegetables, even in terms of calories. I eat 2 meals a day. No, I feel that. I get that. No, 100%. I mean, what works, you know? Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different perspective on metabolism and whatnot. So if it works for you, brilliant. I mean, doing the fasting thing definitely worked for me. I've noticed on my clothes. I mean, I don't necessarily like the scales too much because I feel like you kind of get locked in to a number and then you kind of like fixate on a number and you go, well, you know, I'm X weight and I want to get to X weight. If that mentality works for you, then that's fine. But for me personally, I feel like I get fixated to the number and then I weigh myself in a week and it's like, oh, I've only lost a pound this week. Oh, and then I get disappointed because, you know, you've tried hard and, you know, you've not eaten. You fasted, you know, you've been good, you've increased your protein intake, dropped your carbs, you've not tried to eat too much sugar. You've done all those bits and pieces and you're like, oh, I've only lost a pound. So in my mind, I lose hope a bit. And then that's when I just like, I don't know, have a slice of pizza or something. And I feel defeated. So for me, looking at the number, I don't know, doesn't sit right in my mind. But by just kind of doing it, focusing on it and just keep on doing it, being repetitive with it, keeping it up, and then I was like, oh look, these trousers fit better, my belt's now looser, you know, stuff like that. That to me feels better. I think the most important thing is to eat food with high statity, is that the right word? Statity per calorie, like vegetables, boiled potatoes, especially with skin on, lean fish. Statity, am I saying that right? Feeling of fullness, gotcha. Okay, if you want to lose weight, yeah, definitely. Like bulky things, but not in the sense that like pasta, obviously that's just going to bulk you out, be very high calorie, but like good things for you that also bulk you out. I feel that. But I mean, for me, like, I like food and I enjoy food, but I feel like, of course, we can all overindulge. So for me, just being like, no, I'm just gonna have like that one meal a day. That meal's gonna be a good meal. I'd have like eggs, chicken, you know, a bit of veg on the side, maybe a salad, depending on what I'm feeling, and then kind of leave it at that. Plenty of water during the day. I don't know. It's kind of like once you've done it for a couple of weeks, you kind of just your appetite shrinks, so you don't feel like you need so much food anyway. Because you know, brown pasta is okay, but white is bad. Same goes with bread. Wholemeal bread is fine, but boiled potatoes are even better. Yeah, yeah, I've heard that too. That you know, your whole meals are much better than white. Anything sort of like white pasta, white rice, white bread, white is just kind of not good for you in terms of. I can't say that word. I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna go on a translator and just see how you pronounce that word because it's escaping me. How do we say it? Satiating. I said that so wrong. Satiating. Satiating. I've learned a new word there. Satiating. Find satiating food. Those that effectively satisfy hunger and promote a feeling of fullness. Like you said, often due to the high content of nutrients like fiber and healthy fats which takes longer to digest. Examples of satiating foods: fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean protein, nuts and seeds, and legumes. Legumes? Legumes? How do you pronounce that? That's another word I've never seen before, if I'm honest. A leguminous plant, member of the pea family, especially one grown as a crop. Never heard of that before. You can Google the index. Gotcha. This one is great. It lists boiled potatoes as the top one. Beans and peas. Thank you, Kevin. Nice seeing you there. How's it going? You all right? Thank you for letting me know. I've never heard of that word before, if I'm honest. Makes me sound like a bit of an idiot, but there we go. Potatoes boiled, 323%. Lean fish, porridge and oatmeal, apples, oranges, brown pasta, beef. Do like a good steak, if I'm honest. Baked beans, grapes, wholemeal bread, grain bread, popcorn. Popcorn's always a good one, yeah. Eggs, cheese, yeah, you know, I feel the eggs and cheese 100%. White rice, lentils, brown rice. Honey smacks. What's a honey smack? Never heard of that before. Yeah, beans are great too. Finish that one there. Crackers. Cookies. I'm all about cookies. Cookies sounds good. White pasta. Bananas. Jelly beans. That's an interesting one. Cornflakes, Special K. French fries. French fries are on the list. We're good. We're good boys. I lost weight going yeah, I remember you saying on the last stream about going mostly vegetarian and losing weight that way. It's interesting, isn't it? There's so many different techniques in order to lose weight. So many different ways. So interesting. The bottom ones are bad. The top ones are good. I felt that. As the lower I get, obviously, the more appealing the food is, like French fries and jelly beans. I mean, could you imagine having a diet purely consisting of jelly beans? You'd probably become very ill. That's quite funny, though. Oh, so what do you eat on a day-to-day? Oh, jelly beans. Oh, really? Okay. Anything else? No, just jelly beans. Purely croissants and butter. Yeah, exactly. Easy way to gain weight. No, definitely. 100%. 100%. Oh, I've got to accept the quest. What am I doing? Had a brain fart moment there. Definitely an easy way to gain weight. So, I think we've got to move on to Rivendell. As it says, talk to Aragorn in Rivendell. I think that's our next area. I think. Can this person teleport me there by chance? No, wishful thinking. You got to make your own way there. Okay. So, I think we've now got some options. We have... I'm pretty sure some quests in this place. Evendim. I'm pretty sure. Evendim. Crafting. There's the epic one. Festival. Missions. North Downs. Yeah, it's in the Shire. On the southern border of Evendim. See? I knew we had to go over there. So there's that one as an option. Or, yeah, I've got these ones from level 20 that said go to Erebor. Why is my music so loud all of a sudden? So it all depends. Depends on where we want to go. I mean, Rivendell does sound good. Sounds a little more appealing than... Can't remember the name of it now. What is it called? Evendim. But then again, Evendim looks pretty cool with the lake and some bits and pieces. I don't know. I suppose because the main quest is taking us to Rivendell. I suppose Rivendell's the way to go. Realistically, I may just go over this area just to see what it wants to do. Realistically, and see why it's taking us that way. just for curiosity's sake. And then, I don't know. Probably move over to Rivendell, to be honest. Makes the most amount of sense. Just chase the main quest down. Where's the horse guy gone? Where is he? He's out this way. I think that may be a good idea. Maybe, maybe. We will see. I find that interesting, though, that the boiled potatoes with the skin on is the best thing on that list. So you purely could just live off of a diet. Well, I think you'd probably be a little ill with just eating potatoes and that's kind of it. You'd obviously feel very full. I suppose you'd have to introduce some sort of vegetables or something to increase your fiber amount. Because imagine I'm just eating potatoes, that's it. That's all I'm going to eat. I'm not going to eat any meat. I'm not going to eat any veg, no fruit. Potatoes. Boiled potatoes, that's it. That's all I'm going to eat. Salt, pepper, boiled potatoes. Oh, there's a Bree Swift Travel. Well, that's good. Okay, we'll do that then. We'll do a Bree Swift Travel. Potatoes with skin on actually have more than enough fiber. Really? I honestly would never have thought that. If you only eat that, you get almost twice as much as recommended. Damn, really? So what, just like normal white potato, so to speak, with the skin on? That's it. Half of the fiber in boiled potatoes are in the skin. I mean, honestly, I never would have thought that. I'd have thought the carbs in the potatoes would just, spike your blood sugars, and it would just be kind of like hell for your system, because carbs are effectively, what drive up your blood sugar. So I wouldn't have thought that. Then again, I don't know too much. Boiled potatoes are underrated for weight loss. You really wouldn't think that. We've all been told about potatoes being the devil. If you want to lose weight, don't eat potatoes. They'll bog you down. But hey, as it's proven, there's more than enough in a potato to keep you going. Where do we want to go? Hobbiton, I think is the closest we've got. Where's Michael diving? Michael or Michelle delving? Michelle delving. Where's that? Where's this place? No, I actually want to go to that place. Let's go to Hobbiton instead. I try to have half my calories by potatoes and half beet, and a tiny bit oranges to lose weight. I love the oranges is in there, just for the vitamin C side of it. You got to have that vitamin C. It's super important. Yeah, you can never go wrong with a good bit of beef as well. You can cook really bad vegetarian food, pretty much anything deep fried. Yeah, that's a really good point. Especially like vegetarian or vegan. If you look at someone like, I don't know, like a vegan snack or whatever, and you look at the ingredients and the stuff that's in it, you think you're eating something good, but it's just really not great. I do multivitamin, no, an omega-3 capsules and a calcium because lack of variety. That makes sense. Omega-3 is good too. Yeah, no, I take an omega-3 supplement. I've been taking that for years, to be fair. But yeah, omega-3 is always good. Keeps them healthy fats flowing. See how just what is it? Complicated nutrition is, and you really wouldn't think it, but it is. It's such a complicated minefield. It's truly just. You just think, oh yeah, I'll just eat this thing. Some people can though. That's the crazy thing. Like I know people that they literally survive off of like sweets and crisps, and they're like tiny. They're like skinny people, and I'm like, if I was to survive purely off of like cakes, crisps, just like junk food, basically pure and utter junk food, I'd be this half size of a house. I'm not a skinny guy. I'm a big guy. I understand that. It's crazy. I also use a multivitamin because my diet is pretty static. Very true. Plant oils are healthy but bad for weight loss. Plant oils. Didn't even know plants were oily like that. Because oils are just pure fat. But as long as they're, healthy animal fats, not so bad. Oh yeah, rapeseed. Rapeseed is just horrendous. sunflower oil is basically just rapeseed oil, just like vegetable oil, isn't it? It's like it's all just bad. It's just really bad. It's just so bad. Unbelievably bad for you, rapeseed oil. If you look at it's crazy when you look at things. It's just like rapeseed oil is just in everything. Like even things you wouldn't even think about, it's in it. I like olive oil. I mean, olive oil is good. I think in moderation. I don't think it's as bad as rapeseed oil and sunflower oil or vegetable oil or whatever. Olive oil is, obviously still not great, but I use olive oil over butter. That's interesting. I've been using butter of recent more than anything. I've got this nice in Costco. You can get this really nice French butter, and it's really good to grease your pan with. It's healthy in moderation, same as nuts, but they are purely fat, pretty much, and not good for weight loss. So it's like anything though. Anything's good in moderation. Anything. You can have a McDonald's. It's fine. It's obviously not great for you, but if you're still within your calorie deficit, you're still going to continue to lose weight. It's obviously just got absolutely no nutrition, nothing in it that's worthwhile, and you'll probably feel like crap after eating it. But if needs must, and you're out and about somewhere and you want a quick bite, McDonald's is not as healthy either and bad for weight loss. No, of course, absolutely. I mean, how ideal would it be if you could just eat chicken nuggets and lose weight? That'd be great. Yes, you can eat garbage and less than 500 calories a day and probably lose weight. No, exactly. Yeah. If your calorie input is less than what you run at, then of course you'll either plateau or lose weight slowly. Doubt you will feel well. No, exactly. You feel like trash. Let's be real. You're gonna feel so bad, so rough, so rough. I mean, I don't know about you, but anytime I eat anything like that, I do feel like a bag of shit afterwards, to be honest. But it's whatever they put in it, it's just addicting, isn't it? Like, it's just so addictive, that flavour, that, that taste of like, oh yeah. It takes a long time to get it out of your system. If you wasn't to eat it for a month, then probably, yeah, you'd be past it and you'd be like, take it or leave it, not really fussed. But you always kind of like crave that good meal, like that one McDonald's that you're like, oh, that slapped. It's like crack. You know what they say about people on drugs? They chase that first high because it was so good. I feel like it's the same for like McDonald's, KFC, whatever it is. Like when you get that meal that's like, it's 10 out of 10, it's hot, it's fresh, the chips are banging, they're salty, the burger's good, it's been assembled well, the cheese is melted. You know what I mean? You're like, this is a good, not good, but like this tastes good. This is hitting all the, the cravings. And then the next time you have it, it's like, oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. It didn't like match, that high that you got, I suppose, off of your McDonald's meal. And it kind of feels like that way sometimes, which is really bad to say, I suppose. But they must put something in it that's like crack. Crack for fatties. Dear, oh dear. That's the only thing I can really compare it to. It's like, you hear like recovering drug addicts, they're trying to chase that first high. It's kind of like what keeps them going back for more is that like, oh, that first hit that they ever got. And it does feel like that when you get a good McDonald's. It really does. Like you just want that again. You want it all the time, but you never can. Sometimes they're rushed. Sometimes the chips are cold. Sometimes they're not salty. Very true. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that way. And that's bad to say, but I'm not that food motivated. Nah, I wish I was more like that, but I like food. I suppose it's one of the few vices I have in life. I don't really drink. I don't really smoke. Don't do any drugs. The only kind of vice I have in life is playing video games and eating junk food, I suppose. So we've all got our vices. In one way or another. They're all bad for you, but I suppose you've got to have something in life to to look forward to now and again. Just like how a crackhead looks forward to the crack pipe. No, I don't think they do, but you know what I mean. I'm being vivacious. I'm being silly, but you know what I mean. So I'll have challenges for the approaching apocalypse. Well, it's coming. At some point, it will come, the apocalypse. Don't know what form it will take, but it will definitely hit us. I drink 3 liters of calorie-free squash every day. Yeah, I think I'd probably do about the same, to be fair. Tastes so great and it's cheap. No, I'm the same. I have apple and blackcurrant. It's got nothing in it. It's 0 calorie. It's just, I don't actually know really what's in it. I don't want to take that quest. And not unhealthy. No, exactly. Nothing that crazy in it. Of course, it's, not as perfect as water, but I mean, water gets so boring after a while. It's basically just sour water. A bit low pH value. A bit bad for teeth. I mean, as long as you're brushing them twice a day, I'm sure you'll be alright. It's better than drinking full fat Coke, just standard Coca-Cola. That's probably a lot worse for your teeth, let's be honest. That stuff just decays your teeth real bad. I don't like it anyway. But it's much better than calorie-free Coke as well, Pepsi Max, because the pH value isn't low. I feel that. I'm not really into fizzy drinks. I'm not a fizzy drinks kind of guy. Like, don't get me wrong. I like a Monster now and again. It's probably absolutely horrific for you. I know that, but it's just, once in a while. Like, I don't know, I'll have one maybe once in a month. It is what it is. But I know people out there that bang fizzy drinks every day. I'm talking like, not just like energy drinks, but I'm talking like Cokes, Diet Cokes, Pepsi Maxes, Sprites, Fantas, whatever it is. And that's all they drink. That's all they drink. They purely just drink fizz. It's crazy. I'm like, what about a bit of water? Nah, I don't really like water. I'm like, I understand that. I don't particularly like water for the best of times, but what's wrong with a sugar-free, calorie-free squash or, concentrate? Nah, I'll just have a Diet Coke. Okay, each to their own. Fair enough. I'm sure you'll probably regret it in 10 years' time when, I don't know, you have a stomach ulcer or something. He's over to the doctor. I keep getting these cramps in my kidneys. Yeah, it's because you've drunk nothing but fizzy drinks in the last 10 years. Goes back to what we were saying. Everything in moderation. It's okay to have one now and again. Once every so often. Every day. It's going to do you no good. Going to do you no good at all. But that's the modern world, isn't it? It's all about accessibility. It's all about wanting it now. Especially with the younger generation. I don't blame them in some senses because everything's so accessible. Calorie-free soda and squash, etc. is such a great invention. You could drink so much more and it's so much healthier. No, definitely. 100%. Definitely. Much better than the full fat stuff, that's for sure. Just like normal Coke is so bad. Or like Mountain Dew, that's the worst. Have you ever looked at the back of a Mountain Dew, like a full sugar Mountain, like a diet one or a 0 one or anything like just a normal Mountain Dew? Damn, the sugar content in that in like a can is like, I think 40 to 50% of like your daily intake of what you're meant to have as sugar. It's insane. It's actually crazy the amount of sugar content in a Mountain Dew. I mean, I've only ever had one once, and it was a diet version. I didn't really like it. Tasted a bit weird, but yeah, they're really bad. So it's just going to be like a load of normal quests here. I think. I don't think there's anything that special about being here. I'm just going to ride on a little bit because I kind of want to see what the area looks like. I'm just curious. Because I don't really need to do side quests, I don't think. I mean, I'm level 35. Yeah, I don't think I really need to do a lot of side quests at the minute. Vitamin water seems like a bit of a waste to me. I'd rather take a multivitamin once a day and buy squash for taste. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It does seem like a bit of a waste to me. Because then vitamin waters are quite pricey compared to, just cheap squash and a multivitamin. You're kind of, burning the candle at both ends in that sense. Whereas price per vitamin. What if that's a thing? Probably doesn't work out too great. And they can slap a price on it because it's like, oh, it's really healthy, you know, it's full of vitamins. Because you know they love to promote healthy things, and then increase the price because it's, you know, healthy. Whatever healthy means. That is. Oh. Alright, matey. I didn't see you there. And the protein bars often have so much added sugar, it's crazy. It's no longer healthy. 100%. 100%. If you ever look at the back of a protein bar, it's just full of just junk. Like, just really bad stuff. Hardly worth eating for the protein that you get out of it. You might as well just have, like, I don't know, some eggs. Or a chicken breast or something, or, you know, some beef. I feel like this is just going to be a big open kind of area. Where's the map gone? Let's have a look at the Google map one. Scout it out. So we've got, oh my god, there's a massive town here. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. That's humongous. And there's like a beach. Okay, so that's really big. What's that place called? Oh, okay, so that makes sense what that is. Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone, slasher. Yeah, I do beef. I do 100 grams raw hamburgers and cook them without bread, potatoes instead. Yeah, I've done that before. Just have the patty. Just had the patty. Don't exactly make a burger out of it, but just, you know, it's effectively mince in that sense. But shaped mince. Mount. I'm gonna go to this town, or I suppose city, more than anything. Maybe collect the path there. But yeah, I mean, just ground beef is pretty good too. If you just have like ground beef with maybe a little, I don't know, salt and pepper and some sort of like low calorie seasoning. You know, not one of them mixed ones that they've just chuck a load of crap in it. I'm talking like raw seasoning, like an actual like paprika or an actual like cumin or whatever. The patties I buy are pre-seasoned. Oh, there you go, perfect. Makes life even easier. You haven't even got to think about it. Perfect. And really cheap. Brilliant. Really good. Now I get a lot of my meat from Costco, to be honest. Costco's a godsend. I mean, I can get like 2 kilogram of chicken for like £12, which is really good because if you go to the supermarket and it's like, I think like £15 for a kilo, it's a crazy price. Tastes amazing and it's healthy. That's all you want. And that's the thing when you're trying to be healthy. You want to find the foods that you enjoy. That's half of the battle. Because, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, in your mind, you're like, oh, what am I going to eat that's healthy? Normally it's boring. Normally it's, you know, not got any flavor to it. You know, you've got to stop using the sauces because they're full of sugar. So you're kind of like got bland amounts of flavor. So if you then find something that's good, tastes nice, and it's healthy, and it's filling, it becomes easy. And high, I can't even remember how to pronounce that. Satiety? I've forgotten how to pronounce that word. I know what it means now, though. As far as foods, relatively high in fat go, because I need some fat as well. Did you know potatoes have a lot of protein as well? Really? 10% of the calories are protein. I did not know that. I didn't know potatoes had calories in them. Where you are, they've got some sort of special potatoes, because I've never heard of potatoes having calorie in them. Sorry, having protein in them. I've never heard that before. Ever in my life. I think you've got some, Norwegian magic potato. I honestly think so. I think in Norway, they've got these really, like, you know, special potatoes that we just don't get over here. Or anywhere else in the world. I feel like I'm just going the wrong way, but it's fine. Norwegian magic potatoes. Instead of magic mushroom, you've got magic potatoes. And they're a good source of magicness instead of like magic mushrooms that, you know, trip you out. That's funny though. No, I didn't know that. Being deadly serious, I did not know that. The more you know, I suppose. Because I'll be honest, I've been avoiding potatoes. I've just been avoiding potatoes in any kind of shape or form as best I can. Don't get me wrong, you know, you have your bad days. I've had a few McDonald's here and there. I know that's not potato, so to speak, but you know, French fries. But yeah, I've just predominantly over the last month or so just kind of avoided them. But you've shone a new light onto them, to be honest. So I may be reconsidering. Might have some boiled potatoes tomorrow. Might as well see what it does. No harm in trying. 38. Okay, that's quite a high level. And you're 37. You're quite high level. So this area does get quite high level then. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's a crazy town. Look at that. Damn. That's insane. Look at that. Who would have thought that was just over that hill? Wow. Just want to see what's in there. Maybe grab the path to it. That's really cool. What's this ore? Platinum ore. Oh, and I can mine it. Nice. Half of the vitamins and minerals and fiber are in the skin, though. But they're still great without the skin. I buy potatoes that have this thin skin so it tastes okay. I mean, I don't mind potatoes with skin on, to be honest. If I'm having... Oh, no. That's a big level. Dismount. Where's the dismount gone? Oh, I'm already dismounted. Yeah, I don't mind potatoes with skin on, to be honest. I've never been phased by it. It doesn't really... I still really like the landscape of this game, even with the outdated graphics. No, absolutely. I mean, look at that. Look at that for a landscape. I just look at the size of it. It's humongous. Absolutely incredibly big. I'm going to dismount for this part because I feel like I'm just going to aggro everything at my level. Even though it's just a buzzing lake fly swarm. It's a really random mob to have in a game. Why is there tomb robbers on this hill? I mean, do we dare just slide down? I think it's probably a good idea. At least we can chop all these logs, which is good. I've not seen these logs before. Maybe there's a way in for us down here. Oh, another wasp. Not a wasp. It's a fly swarm. They'd be a bit more menacing if they were wasps. Who likes a wasp? Let's be honest. Horrible creatures. I feel like they're going to aggro. Yeah, of course it did. I buy almond potatoes. They are common in Nordic countries. They have thin skin, are considered a delicacy, but they are only like 20% more expensive. I see. I've never heard of an almond potato, to be honest. I don't think... I mean, you probably can get it somewhere. I just don't think it'd be as readily as available as it would be for you. Because our potatoes are just like, I don't know, just generic potato. I never really looked into it, to be honest. Same nutrients as a regular potato, pretty much. Gotcha. Who is he? Why has he got a... Oh, okay, that was weird. That was like bugged out. But yeah, I've never really looked into the different kind of potatoes. I mean, like we've got baked potatoes. I don't know necessarily if that's like a different kind in a sense, but they just call them baked potatoes, and then just like your just average roasting potato, and then cans of boiling potatoes. Not that I think they're probably any good. Potatoes in a can sounds a bit risque. Why is this an area that I can't go? Is this like a town that has been infiltrated or something? Because I have a feeling that's what I'm walking into. Is that it's not actually like a city that you can visit. I think this is, yeah. It's been overtaken, I think. Maybe baked potatoes are just like very large potatoes. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Like you've got really big potatoes, you've got really small, like not really small, but just like average size, and then you've got your small ones. And that's kind of our like categories of potatoes in the supermarket. Like I said, I've never really paid it much attention. I'm just like, yeah, that bunch will do, or that bag of potatoes will do, and then just kind of that's it. I'd have them, and that's kind of it. I've never really looked, so maybe I should be more vigilant. I feel like I can't actually go in there. Yeah, it's like a nest. And obviously the quests take you in there and you like take it over or something. And there's something on the water too, which is ruins, I think. So that's the same story there. That's a shame. Although there is a horse dude in there. There is a stable master for it. How the hell do you get to that? Interesting. I tried all the different types of potato and then I ended up with the almond potatoes. I didn't try sweet potatoes though, they're just regular potato types. Sweet potatoes are meant to be really good for you though. I do like a good sweet potato. To be honest. They're meant to be very, very good for you. From what I've heard. But no, I do like a good sweet potato. With the skin on. Yeah, I don't know how the hell you would get to this stable master. How the hell would you get to that? Because there's so many enemies in the way. I don't think it's possible. Unless I'm just in the wrong area. And there's like another entrance or something. I don't know. We're going to ride away. And we're going to head over to Rivendell. I think that's our best bet. Head over to Rivendell. I mean, we have been there once before. Oh, there's a graveyard here. Interesting. Can we get up here? We can. There's a platinum deposit. We might as well get that while we're here too. Be rude not to. Who knew that was such a variety of potato? I mean, it obviously makes sense because it's being grown in all different parts of the world. But yeah, potatoes. What a large topic that is. I should try sweet potatoes too. No, definitely. Give them a go. They're nice just to be roasted, to be honest. I love sweet potato fries. Absolutely. A nice crispy sweet potato fries. Great. Even better than regular fries. No, in some senses they can be. In some places you can get a sweet potato fry and they're so much better than normal. In McDonald's, huh? Norwegian McDonald's do sweet potato fries. Really? Damn, we don't get that over here, that's for sure. I've never seen a sweet potato fry in a McDonald's. Google them. I will do it now. McDonald's sweet potato fry. McDonald's has introduced the sweet potato fries initially as part of a global menu at the headquarters in Chicago and later as a test item in Texas with the possibility of a wider rollout. McDonald's Norwegian and Swedish French fry alternatives has hit the market. That was in 2023. We use a dip. I prefer chili mayo dip for sweet potatoes. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, sweet potato fries. Damn, they look good. Oh no, I'd 100% get them over normal chips, normal fries. 100% I would get them over normal fries. In a heartbeat. They look great. It's more expensive though. I mean, McDonald's is already kind of expensive now anyway. I remember McDonald's was like, the poor man food. Basically, you can go in with like a fiver and get a blowout meal. Now it's going with a fiver and you basically get a slap. It's cheap as far as restaurants go. No, true. It's still on the cheaper end of restaurants, but still not necessarily cheap for what you get. In my opinion, anyway. Oh, I'm just going to aggro too many things here. Damn, sweet potato fries on your McDonald's meal. That sounds great. I'd love that. Just mix it up a bit. Now, look, see, look, there's just more mobs up here. Yeah, this definitely isn't the way to go. I'm just going to just teleport out of here. I'm just going to teleport out of here and figure it out. I don't think it's worth just roaming around here. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe from here we can go over to Rivendell. Maybe. We shall see. Get rid of those sweet potatoes off my screen because it's making me feel hungry. So from here we can go. Nah, just a brie. Suppose we're going to brie. Yeah, I had to get them off the screen. Making me salivate. All this talk of food. Making me hungry. But no, I'll definitely be I'll be looking more into the world of potatoes. You've shown me a new thing to look into. I honestly thought potatoes were the enemy. But it seems like they're more of a friend than anything else. Shire, North Downs, Evandim, Erlewin, Codalan. So it must be the other one then. Maybe we can go to the other one. Maybe. We'll give it a try. Let's go to the other side. See if they can offer me a trip to Rivendell. Can I go down here? Yeah, we'll go down here. Why not? Oh, and another interesting fact is that if you smash the boiled potatoes with your fork before eating them, they give less. That word again that I just can't remember to pronounce. Despite the potatoes getting crushed in the mouth anyway. I read an article on the state news channel NRK about it was surprisingly less. So if you was to crush the potato before it enters your mouth, it'd effectively be less filling for you, despite eating them and crushing them in your mouth. Now that's weird, isn't it? That's crazy. Like, how is that a thing? How is that even make any sense? Because when you really think about that, that makes no sense whatsoever. But basically, like, if have a mashed potato, like the actual thing, mashed potatoes, instead of a boiled potato, you boil the potatoes and you mash them and then eat them, it's less filling for you than if you just simply mash it in your mouth. What sense does that make? That's crazy. Oh, why can we not be taken there? Oh, here we go. The Rivendell Stables. And we can go there. Brilliant. Mashed potatoes are even worse, less filling. Yeah. Which you wouldn't think, but so they are. Which is so bizarre. So very bizarre. Even if it's just potatoes, no butter. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. I'm in Rivendell. I think I've got to go to the outskirts of Rivendell. Oh no, it's there. Same goes with whole fruit versus smoothies. Oh yeah, I know about that. I know that 100%. Smoothies, you'd think, oh yeah, they're fine. They're healthy, but they're not. If you just take that same fruit and you blended it up and drunk it, it's actually not as good for you as if you've just eaten the whole fruit, and you'll feel less full. No, 100%. I knew that one. I didn't realise that about potatoes. You would not think that. There we go. The more you know, eh? The more you know. Smoothie is helpful if you need to gain weight, though. Yeah, well, let's be honest, gaining weight just does not seem that difficult. I know people struggle to gain weight, but I can't understand how. How can you struggle to gain weight? Just eat what you want. You'll gain weight. Probably not the healthiest way to gain weight, but, you know, it's easy. But practically no one needs to gain weight. We all need to lose it. No, definitely. I mean, there is a select few people out there that do need to gain weight. But yeah, predominantly so. I remember someone in my past I knew of, and they really struggled to gain weight. And I just, oh, hey, we're meeting Legolas for the first time. Look at him. Look at that guy. He's looking good. Yeah. And they just really struggled to gain weight, and I just couldn't comprehend it. I'm like, just eat a pizza. Like, just eat a pizza, and you'll gain weight. I read only 2% are underweight in Norway and 50% overweight. I would say those statistics are very true for the majority of the world, if not worse. I mean, I think I would say 1% of people in the UK are underweight and like 80% of people are overweight, to be honest. We have a real weight problem in the UK, that's for sure. So that's why like they're rolling out those weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy and whatever else. They're rolling it out here just like on the NHS. So like if you're, I don't know, BMIs of whatever it is, like say 40 or whatever, and you know you're deemed as like a danger to your health because of your weight, you could just go to the NHS and be prescribed a skinny jab and jab yourself up and lose your weight. And of course, if that you know works for people, absolutely go for it. But I just feel like there's got to be something in it that's just not good for your body. I don't know. There's just surely like they're too new to kind of know if they're of longevity, what kind of like toll it's going to have. You know, that's the only thing I think of. Yeah, I read the US is expected to have less obesity the coming years because of weight loss drugs. 100%. Yeah, really interesting. Yeah, there's some side effects, but not that bad. Yeah, but they say not that bad at the minute. As the years go on, you know, let's say 10 years from now, and you've been on, say, Ozempic for 10 years, what's that going to, you know, what does that look like? Of course, we won't know until, you know, the future comes round. That's the only thing I think of. Whereas, of course, if you are able, you know, to beat your food addiction in a sense, you know, and go down a healthier route and have a better relationship with food and mentally think better of the foods that you have, surely that's going to have a healthier a healthier outcome than jabbing yourself up. Of course, if that's your only option, then go for it. You know, more power to you. Do it. You know, if you're going to lose weight, do it. You know, you're going to end up being healthy. You're not going to have a heart attack. Do it. But I don't know, if you can maybe, you know, try and do it in a different way, give it a go. Yeah, we can't know for sure, but we know with a fair degree of certainty that it's not terrible at least, but can't 100% know for sure. No, exactly. And that's like any medication or drug, isn't it? Anything at all. You're not going to 100% know everything until time passes. So that's a gamble. But at the end of the day, if those people are of that category that their health is a risk, because of their weight, size, whatever it is, lose the weight. Just do it. 100%. Just shed the weight if you can, because of course you're just going to end up being a healthier person anyway. You know, you're not going to be out of breath so easy. You're not going to have heart problems and diabetes issues and whatever else, you know. So when you kind of factor that in, you may lose the weight, no longer be at risk of a heart attack, so on and so forth. But who knows what new problems you're going to introduce? I don't know. It's a minefield, isn't it? Yeah, if you're obese and can't lose weight without them, then use them. But if you're just slightly overweight, then no need. Now, 100% agree that. 100% agree. If you're in a predicament where, you know, you've tried to lose weight, it just isn't working. You know, you're addicted to all the bad foods. You got, you know, really bad cravings, and you know you're just in a bad way. You're basically addicted to food. Let's be honest. You have a food addiction. Then yeah, 100% go for it. Lose the weight. Use them. Do what you need to do. But if you're, you know, just a little bit overweight, you kind of want to, you know, be healthier, lose the weight, be trimmer as a person, then yeah, just, you know, heal that relationship with food the best you can. Because it is tough. It is. I do find a food related problem really difficult because you're surrounded by food all the time. It's so accessible. You know, you just go to a supermarket. If I want to buy 10 cakes, 15 packets of crisps, biscuits, whatever, I can just go buy it. Whereas, like, you know, I suppose drugs in a sense, it's not exactly so readily available. You can't just go to the supermarket. You know, you've got to know a guy who knows a guy. And, you know, you've got to do it shadily, you know, all them sort of things attached to it. Whereas, like, bad food, if I want McDonald's, I can just walk 10 minutes up the road and go get it. The drugs are expensive as well. Are we talking hard drugs or the weight loss drugs? But yeah, I considered myself, even though I was slightly overweight, the weight loss drugs. Well, yeah, I imagine if you're doing it privately, which I imagine you would do in Norway, because I don't think you have like state healthcare like we do over here with the NHS. Yeah, I can imagine it costing a lot of money, a hell of a lot of money. But here they've introduced a new scheme where, honestly, like if you meet the criteria of your BMI and whatnot, you can just go to the doctor and get it for free for nothing, which is kind of insane when you think about it. It is kind of crazy. We do have state healthcare. I didn't know that. But they only pay for it if you are at least 35, I think. Same as the UK. Yeah, I knew there was like a BMI restriction over here. I didn't realize it was the same over there. I didn't even realize you had state healthcare either. I thought it was privatized. I thought we were the only country that really had free healthcare. In that it's free or almost free. Gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I see. The more you know. I don't know if it's the same BI limit. No, I don't know either. I'm not sure. I know you've got to be on the heavier side of the scale. Sort of like in like a dire situation where, you know, you've got like, I don't know, heart problems or liver failure, or you know, you've got to have some sort of issue because of your BMI. But I'm sure that will change because they want healthier people. Why would they want this obesity problem that we've kind of got across the world? Crazy. Crazy. Like I said, I'm not skinny by any means. I'm a big person myself, but trying to improve it, trying to do my best. It's going to be a lifelong struggle and goal. It's not something you can only just turn off and just, you know, fix in an instant. You know, it's taken however many years to get to this size. It's going to take the same amount of time, if not longer, to try and fix the damage I've done. So it is what it is. In the future, the weight loss drugs will have less side effects and will have better effects as well, be cheaper probably. Hopefully, as they research it and develop it more, that makes sense. So at some point, weight loss will be easy in 50 years or something. 50 years? I mean, what would I be then? I'd be 80. I'd be nearly dead at that point. So for me, it'd be GG's. I've probably had a heart attack by then. GG's, game over. I'm done. RIP. Yeah, it's annoying. That's medicine for you, though, isn't it? It's always moving. It's always evolving. It's always changing. Special? What one was it? Reputation. Where the hell was the quest? Evandim. What's Evandim? Is that where I am? Oh, what's that one? No, that is Forges. Okay, that's fine. Special. Where's all the Lonely Mountain quests gone? No, I think I only have. Oh, I think I must have turned them all in. Interesting. But yes, weight loss is one of those things. It's a lifelong goal, isn't it? Something, you know, if you're one of those unfortunate people that don't just seem to be able to eat whatever they want and they just kind of stay the same weight, it's something you've got to be conscious of. It's a lifelong struggle. They also sold jams with tons of added fiber in Norway. I saw Good for weight loss. Good for feeling full. And just healthy if you like fiber. I think our jams over here are just full of sugar. I think it's just pure sugar. More than anything. What's this guy? Who are you? What have you got? Complete mission. The Further Adventures of Bilbo Baggins, Chapter 1. Token of the Further Adventure. Most of the jams are pure sugar too. Yeah, I've never heard of a jam with fiber in it though. Maybe something I'll look at. See if we do it. Some of the new ones have added fiber. It's great, and but it's more expensive. Yeah, naturally so. Naturally, like anything, it's always there's always the caveat of it'll cost you more. This is a repeatable quest that you have never completed. We'll leave that for now. We'll leave that for the minute. Focus on these main quests here. Fiber from chicory root. I don't even know what a chicory root is. Never heard of that either. You're teaching me so much. We're back here again. I've been in this room before and I could never find what it is that I wanted. Maybe the map will help. Nope, it doesn't do indoor locations. Bugger. Okay, who is it that I'm looking for? Elrond and Helmadir. And Glorfindel. They taste as good as regular jams though, so it's great. I mean, well, that's the main thing, isn't it? As long as it doesn't taste like trash, then it's not so bad. But imagine being like, oh, at least it's healthy. And he's like, that tastes very good. Don't like this. I think he's here. Maybe he's down here. Here he is. Here's someone. Talk to Aladdin. He's got another one of those quests. The Further Adventures of Aladdin and Elothrir. Chapter 1. Interesting. Interesting. And they have no added sugar, just natural sugar from the berries and artificial sweetener. I mean, that's pretty good. As long as it's all natural sugars, then, not refined sugars. It's half the battle, I suppose. Where is Eladon? Is this not where I'm meant to be going? That's Elrond's. I need to speak to Eladon. I mean, sugar is sugar, but it's not that much, so it's fine. Yeah, as we were saying before, moderation. Moderation in everything. Moderation is certainly the key. Just like anything in life. You can have a little bit of it. But if you have too much, that's when you get problems. The word horde of Goppetum. I don't know what that means. Get away from that. Broke my legs. Whoopsie doodles. Elrond's Hall. Is that what I'm looking for? No, I'm looking for Eladon. Bilbo's room. No, we don't want that. Funny thing to think about is fruit and vegetables are just pure sugar, no other carbs or fat or protein except fiber. Yeah, it's weird to think, isn't it? But they are still healthier though, even though it's just a branch of sugar. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird when you put it like that. So strange. Is this guy on the outside? I think he is on the outside. That maybe makes sense why. The fiber helps a lot though. No, definitely. We're all lacking in fiber, that's for sure. 100%. Okay, so we need to go over there. And vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and phytochemicals. True. True. Yeah, nutrition is really a minefield. It's crazy. So better than candy. You know, exactly. Those refined sugars will certainly get you. It's okay to obviously have sweets now and again. Bit of chocolate here and there. What would life be without it? But as long as you aren't eating it like every day, if you was chomping on sweeties every day, then wow, you're in for a bad time. You're in for a really bad time. It's crazy they just don't teach any of this in school. Like it's stuff you've just got to like find out through life. I read the body doesn't actually need to consume any sugar, just fat, protein, and fiber. But we should still consume fruit and veg. I didn't know that. I mean, it does kind of make sense. But we don't actually need sugar and starch. It does make sense that we don't really. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Don't really need sugar in our lives. And other types of carbs, well, we don't need it, but it's good. Bridge. That's why I suppose they say to have a varied and balanced diet. I suppose that's what they say, isn't it? Is best for us. Carbs are good for energy. I would have surely said that protein's better for energy because I know for me anyway, with eating protein, I feel like I just have more energy generally than if I was to have carb eccentric foods. I feel like I'm bogged down and don't have so much energy. I mean, like starch and potatoes. Oh no, yeah, definitely, it's good for energy for sure. For sure, that makes more sense. Okay, so we're done with him. We've got to go back over to the other place. And I'll definitely be trying the boiled potatoes. I'll give them a try. Oh, wrong way. Is that the wrong way? No, that isn't the wrong way. I want to actually be this side. No, I want to go the other side. I want to go this way and then follow the river. Can I follow the river? I think I can. But yeah, no, I will try. I'll give them a go. Wouldn't mind introducing some potatoes into my regime. Give them a go. Without protein, you will die. Without carbs, you'll be fine. Yeah, I've definitely learned that for sure. But carbs are still ideal to include. Yeah, like I said, I've been trying to cut down on the carb more than anything, and like I said, just go really hard on the protein. But you've opened my eyes to the wonders of a boiled potato. Like literally die. Like just no messing about. If you don't have the protein, you'll just wither away. But like I said, it brings me back to those people that I know and I've spoken to and have met that they literally they live off of junk. Like they live off of fizzy drinks, crisps, chocolate, sweets. They never really eat a main meal. If they do eat a main meal, it'll be like super noodles, you know, like those packet ramen noodles, or like plain pasta and mayonnaise. Do you know what I mean? Like something really random. That's kind of it. Like they don't really eat anything major. Those kind of people just amaze me. It's like, how are you surviving? And also, how are you skinny? Like those people are like, oh yeah, yeah. And they're like, I don't know, they're like 10 stone or something. It's like, Jesus Christ, how do you manage that? How do you live off of just junk? It's crazy. Yeah, eventually. It takes a long time though, and only need a small amount of protein to survive. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Really, really complex. I suppose that's where we all go wrong with our nutrition, is because we don't really, no one really has a clue what's going on. Like just all like normal, run of the mill, day to day folk don't know the intricacies of nutrition, because it's a learned thing, you know. No one's teaching it. No one's telling you nothing. And then when you get to an adult and you've got your own money, you ain't got to listen to your parents no more. So you kind of just eat what you want, do what you want. Next thing you know, you've gained 5 stone. You're like, how did that happen? It's because I can't stop feeding myself pizza. No matter how hard I try. There is a genetic component as well. No, I 100% feel that, because everybody on my mum's side of the family are just big people. Like, we are all just large. And my mum doesn't eat a lot, really. My granddad didn't really eat too much. Just ran of the mill stuff. He never ate any fast food, never ate any takeaways, never ate any like sweets or anything. He was a very fit man. He used to work on the railways. In terms of like laying the track back in the day, like he was a very, very fit and healthy man, and he was just broad and big. So 100% I agree with you. There is a genetic component about it, that there are just people out there that are just born with the DNA to be broad and large. You die about after 70 days if you have zero protein. 70 days. Damn, that's not long at all, is it? That is not long at all. That is a very short period of time. But yeah, no, there's definitely a genetic side of it for sure. Which is frustrating when you want to be, slimmer. Because then your genetics are kind of against you. What is this? Complete Erebor's Peak scaling instance. Complete Seat of the Great Goblin scaling instance. Complete Webs of the Scuttledells. You should gather your allies and take the quest set upon you by Glorfindel, Legolas, and Boromir. It wishes you to rescue an eagle egg from a stone giant of the Misty Mountain. Legolas has asked you to find Thoros Scout and Scuttledells. Boromir suggests you invade the Goblin Town and deal with the new Great Goblin. Okay, interesting. Why am I in this room though? Talk to Elrond and Elladan. So I must be back upstairs again. Because the body can't store protein. I didn't know that. I didn't know the body couldn't store protein. So it's just constantly getting rid of it. Who would have thought? Elrond's library. No, it's definitely in here. Does that mean... No, he's not there. Down here. Okay. Yep, finish now. Talk to Aragorn in Rivendell. Oh, and we got a level. Nice. Beautiful. He just knocked over my mic there. Where have we got to talk to him from? Oh, back over there. Cool, this place really is back and forth, isn't it? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Study. Oh, look at that. That is a... Oh, interesting. Like a workbench of sorts. Do 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 do. You've certainly taught me a lot this evening, Sapling. I appreciate all your knowledge. Because I had no idea. It's not one of my my strong suits of knowledge. You also die within months if you don't consume any fat whatsoever, but longer than protein at least. I wouldn't have thought that, I would have thought... Oh, no, I suppose because your brain needs fat, doesn't it? Like, it needs fat to keep going. So if you don't eat any fat, then your brain would just die. That does make sense, to be fair. I'm a nutrition nerd. Lottery Quest 1, could you fetch my vase? Lottery Quest 2, could you fetch my water? Lottery Quest 3, could you fetch my flowers? Literally. That is basically what I'm doing right now, it feels like. Amongst other types of nerd. Hey! There's no shame in that. If you find an interest in something, go for it. Why not? Absolutely. I could not agree more. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But no, Kevin, you're certainly right here about the quests. I feel like I've just constantly keep going back and forth to the same place. Right, what are they going to have me do this time? Go back to this room and talk to this person again. Here we go. Sure. Bring Aragon's letter to Calendale. Great, sure. Not like he can take it himself. Why does it say? Okay, that's weird. Why does it mean I can touch it? That's kind of strange. One time I asked if I was still a nerd, if I was good in sports, and they said no, so I'm not a nerd. You're a well-rounded nerd. Good at sports, and also very, very interested in nutrition. I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand, really. So maybe it's over here now. We'll go over there. So let's bring the letter to Caladan, which is not that quest. That's that quest, which is that's Eladon. So where the hell was this? Caladan is in Tinadir, an island of the eastern shores of Lake Nenual in Evendim, which is the far west of the Trollshaws. Well, we was just in Evendim, wasn't we? Evendim, that name rings a bell. I swear I've been there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Evendim. I swear I've been there. That name really rings a bell for me and I don't know why. Just shows what my brain is like. I have the memory of a sieve sometimes about things. Did I read that right? Is in Tinandir, an island on the eastern shore of Lake Nenual in Evendim. Why does Evendim ring a bell with me so vividly? Why is that? Is it here? Was it here? Evendim? I wish I could just search on the map. There's so many places. I wish I could just search. Can I search on this one? No, it doesn't have a search. Oh, no, wait, there is a search. Aha! Evendim. Is that how you spell it? I can bloody spell it now. How is it spelled? Oh, I can't even move the box. No, I can. Evendim. It was. I did spell it right, but I've just typed it wrong now. Oh, I've really buggered this up now. Evendim. Evendim. Search for that. Have you heard about the meat-only diet? Yeah, carnivorous diet. I have heard of that. You came from Evendim, I think. That big city is part of that area. Right. Like I said, it does. It did ring a bell. It did ring a bell to me. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you reminding me of that. I'm like, oh, that name does sound familiar. But there's so many names and places and things in this game. I'm still struggling with what's where and who's who. But no, I have heard of the meat only diet, the carnivore diet, where you just purely eat animal related products and that's it, nothing else. That sounds very harsh. Evandim Breland. Can't even visualize it. Where is that? Oh, okay, so that's there. So, okay. Yeah, right. So, this place here. Evandim, that's right. That's why I can remember it. Oh, okay, so that person's now in there. Lake Evandim. Gotcha. Okay. Right. Okay, so we've got to go all the way over there for that one. That's really far away. That's really, really far away. Okay, well, at least we know where it is. Like I said, that just shows what my brain's like. I was just literally there and I couldn't even remember it. Carnivore diet is easily survivable, but far from ideal for health. No fiber, no carbs, not much variety of vitamins and minerals, digestion issues. But it seems to work for some people. I mean, like, it's really kind of viral on TikTok. There's a guy in the UK called Eddie, and he, like, swears by it. He absolutely swears by purely eating nothing than eggs and meat. That's kind of it. That's all he really eats. And he's this, like, buff bodybuilder kind of guy. I mean, is he then going to end up having further health problems? Who knows? Self-motivation. Ooh, I can self-motivate. I'll put that there. So we are going to walk out of here and over to here. Because we've not been here yet, so we need to walk. It's a long old way, but that's fine. Yeah, it can work fine if you take supplements and vitamins and minerals, but still not ideal. That's a good point. I don't know if that's something he discloses, that he's like on a massive amount of vitamins, minerals, and God knows what else. But yeah, he really like sells the fact of like, don't eat anything but steak and lamb and eggs. And that's kind of it. That's really it. Like meat as you know it. And then that's kind of it. 2 seconds, I'm just getting a phone call, so be right back. 2 seconds, folks. Sorry about that. We're back now. We're back here. Even if you don't die, also if you don't take any supplements, you won't die. You'll be fine, but it's far from ideal. Yeah. But like I said, he swears by it. Honestly, he swears that he's fine. If anything, he's better than he has ever been. You know, he said he had a lot of health issues when he was sort of like eating a more varied diet. If anything, he also said he was allergic to some sort of like fruits and veg or something. It made him unwell. I don't know. It's very complex. So he now just swears by it and almost is very viral because of only eating meat and eggs. Yeah, some people will be better with meat only if they are allergic to something or similar issues. Yeah. But it's the fact that he kind of like sells it to other people as if like that's going to be right for you, which, you know, it may be. But not everybody's got his makeup, so it might not work for them, you know. But for the vast majority, it's not ideal. No, exactly. And I think that's where it's kind of dangerous in some senses, that he's doing good. I can see like he's trying to like, you know, show people a different way of thinking about nutrition and diets and foods, but he's very much on the hard sell of like, this is what you should be doing. You should eat nothing but meat and eggs. Eat nothing else. So I feel like it's a little dangerous in some senses. For the vast majority, it's not. It's much better to eat more varied. It can also be a placebo effect. They feel better. Yeah, yeah, there is an element of that as well. Where, you know, you're thinking yourself better instead of, oh, this is level 39. Blimey, that is a big old beast. Thinking themselves better, which, you know, is always an interesting argument. I always find that funny, you know. Two groups of people, one group's taking a sugar pill, the other's taking an actual medicine. And like the people that have taken the sugar pill feel better than the people that have actually taken the medicine. I always find that fascinating. I remember learning about those kind of studies in school, which I think is incredible. I find that truly fascinating. Yeah, placebo can be very powerful. Exactly, that just shows you the power of the mind. Power of the mind. Mind over matter. It's obviously not to say that, you know, if you have actually something drastically wrong, you're going to think yourself better. But, you know, there's an element of it. If someone is doing something that actually works for them, then sometimes you can recommend that they continue with it for the placebo effect. No, definitely. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, eh? I think that's the key there. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Realistically. If it's working and you're feeling better and you know you're able to get out of the bed in the morning and not, you know, want to off yourself, then you're going to keep it going, you know. Who's to say any otherwise? Realistically. Whatever works for you, works for you. Often, although you don't realise what you're missing. No, definitely, I know that for a fact. I know that 100% you don't know. Like if you're lacking vitamins and minerals. Well, they say that we're all lacking in minerals. We're all lacking. You know, just everybody generally is lacking. But I suppose to the degree in which we lack is the finite part. Like if you're lacking vitamins and minerals, you won't notice it necessarily. No, exactly. But it's also one of them things where if you start taking a vitamin or a mineral, sometimes, even if you know that you're lacking in it, you don't necessarily feel the effects until you then stop taking it. And then you're like, oh, bloody hell, it actually was working, you know. I actually, you know, didn't have this issue that I did have before. It kind of just like, you know, phased away, which is an interesting thought. Because often before I've taken things and bits and pieces and thought, oh, what's the point in wasting the money on that? Like I've run the course, done it for a couple of months because of course you've got to give it time to resonate in your system. So you give it fair chance, and it's not until you then stop taking it, you're like, oh, well, that's weird. Why has that come up? Why has that started? You know, things of that nature. It's quite interesting in that sense. Many things we should do, even if we don't notice a difference, because it's helping a lot, even if we don't notice it. No, definitely, it's hurting. It's helping internally, rather than like an external thing it's showing. No, definitely, I get that. 100% understand that. Oh, it's saying connecting to chat. Oh, thank you, Double Congregation VZWQ, whatever your name is, with your free viewers. Leave me alone. Good job, Double. They happen that every time. How long am I streaming now? They're late today. They normally come into my stream promoting Stream Boo about within an hour. So today they're actually late. I'm disappointed in you, streamboo.com. I'm really disappointed. I thought your message would come in a lot sooner. I thought maybe today I would have escaped them, but no, not quite. They caught me at 2 hours 20. I wonder how much and whoever owns that service is paying for these bots to bot message all these Twitch streamers on the lower end. Because it must be costing them a fortune in server costs. It's crazy because they're here like every stream And I imagine I'm obviously not the only one. It's insane. Absolutely crazy. Mount. That's what I'm looking for. The bots are doing the botting. The bots are sending the messages. It's all being done by bots. Everything is botted. Nothing is real. Quite funny. Quite funny indeed. I'm secretly a bot as well. No, you've got some personality to you, so I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say you're a bot. I mean, if you are, the AI that you run on is very impressive. You had me fooled. You had me more than well and truly fooled. Oh, there's another one here. Alien AI from the future. Impressive, nevertheless. Tell me the secrets of the future I need to know. Or is that why you know so much about nutrition? It says there's a stable person down here. Oh, there is. There's one over here. What a random place for a stable master. And a quest as well. Do you use ChatGPT, Gemini, or similar? Yeah, I use ChatGPT for bits and pieces. I'll be honest, I like Grok on Twitter, to be honest, or X now that they call it. Grok is actually pretty impressive what it can do. And it's all kind of free. Like, I've not really hit a paywall on it, to be honest. I love them. No, same. They're really, really handy. Oh, there's so many quests he's giving away. What does he want? Pelts. I don't want to collect flowers and stuff. I just don't feel like there's much point. They're 39 quests as well. I love them. They are proving quickly too. No, definitely, they really are. I'm going to come back to this guy. See what's in the town. But they're improving so rapidly. That's the frightening thing. You know, something it couldn't do yesterday, it now can do. It's like, whoa! Why are they being updated so quickly? Exponential improvement. No, definitely. It's frightening, the rate in which they are moving. You know, it's only just recently that ChatGPT's updated with the whole image thing. You know, you can upload an image and go, oh yeah, I want this image to be in this style, or I want you to replicate that style on this thing with this words and for this thing. Like, it's crazy. Twice as good every month or year or something. No, definitely. 100%. So in a few years, it'll be like 100 times better. Yeah. It really will be. It'll be frighteningly better. It'll just be a chip imprinted in our brain. You just think it, and you get the answer. We've all got the Neuralink installed, part of a new law or something. Everyone mandatorily has to have one. I guess we will merge with the AI. No, exactly. We will become one with the AI. When AI becomes sentient, just starts thinking for itself. If not, we will be like brain dead animals compared to AI. Yeah, that's the other frightening part of it. That we'll just end up turning into big piles of like goop compared to the AI, the machines. And then doesn't it then just become more and more like the Matrix? The more you think about it. Oh, these bears have to be... Oh, no, wait. A crawler? What the hell was he doing? He was on a mount? Oh, he's level 150. Yeah. No, exactly. The machines just take over. And that's kind of it. That's why I'm thinking there is no way we don't merge with AI in some way. No, exactly. It wouldn't surprise me within the next sort of like 30 years. Maybe even sooner. Collect pelts from the bears. Oh, so that's for that guy. Okay, well, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind doing it now that they're here. That makes more sense. It's just necessary. We kind of already are cyborgs. In some ways, yeah. Yeah. Because of smartphones and the internet. No, exactly. I mean, we're all very much attached. And calculator. ChatGPT, etc. No, we are very much all addicted to our smart devices, aren't we? They are kind of glued to us. Which I kind of hate. I don't know. I like my smartphone, obviously, and I like the fact that if I want to find out something, I can find it in an instant. But in some ways, I can be quite detached from it, really. We can do any calculation and find out what any info in seconds, exactly. At any time. No, we're so fortunate in that regard. So very fortunate. You got to think, X amount of time ago, to find out information, you'd have to go to like a library and research the answer, look up in an encyclopedia, you know, really put in some effort to find the answer for something. Now, within 10 seconds, I can go, oh, what's the square root of 6,342,000? And it'll be like, oh, it's this. It's done, you know. Video chat of people, any place, any time in the world. Exactly. You got to think what's happening right now. You know, me in the UK streaming my game, my face, my voice to people across the world to tune in if they want to and watch it. How insane is that? Just as a concept. You know, something that would be unheard of that could only be broadcast by, you know, a television center. You know, and to be put onto a TV now, it's like, oh yeah, you tune in on your phone, tune on your iPad, tune in on a computer. I'm my own broadcasting station, so to speak, which is crazy. Most of this stuff has only existed in a few decades. Definitely. Imagine a few decades from now. No, that's the scary thing. Where is it going to all lead to? Where's it all going to come to a head? Who knows? Who knows? You know, we won't even have a computer anymore. It would just be like embedded into our eyes. And we'd just be like, beam me up. And like just sitting in a chair, like flicking through TikTok at light speed. Just having like information beamed into our brains directly. Kind of like the Matrix, you know, when he like learns Kung Fu, he like just downloads the information into his head. He's like, I know no Kung Fu. It's literally what it's going to be like. I feel like there's no end to it. It will just continue improving exponentially forever. At least for thousands of years. Because how could it ever end? And that is the biggest scary picture, is that question there. How can it ever end? Now that it's started, how could it possibly end? What's the end game? You can always improve just a little bit. And it's exponential. No, exactly. The growth is truly exponential. It's frightening. It's exciting, but frightening at the same time. You know, I feel like in some ways we've been we've been blessed to be alive at this point in time, but also it's quite frightening as to where it can lead. So much potential for both good and bad. No, exactly. 100%. Because let's be honest, whenever you've got these kind of things, people are going to use them for good. You know, to improve society, make life easier. But then within making life easier, you also then create harm in some senses where, you know, people become lazy. You know, you don't have to do that thing anymore. You can just, you know, do it on your phone. You don't have to cook food. You can just order a takeaway. You know, just as a very small example of that. You know, why do you need to learn that skill, like illustration? I can just go to ChatGPT and go, make me a poster in the style of X, Y, and Z that says this. Yeah, sure, there it is, done. Like, you don't need to learn that skill anymore. The brain can be rewired to be less lazy, though, at some point. True, but it takes a lot of effort, doesn't it? Like, once you're kind of, like, stuck in a habit of laziness, it's very difficult to rewire that. Not impossible, but difficult. And we can exist without a body, maybe just a brain. But like in Futurama, you know, when they go into that place and it's just like heads in that fluid. And they're like people of the past. And the physical chemicals of the brain, we can change the DNA of people. Yeah, but then you're playing with like acts of God, aren't you? And then it enters scary territory where you're like, yeah, messing with things that surely shouldn't be messed with. And that's when it kind of gets frightening. Because then we're playing God, aren't we? It's scary, but we'll do it. Now, of course it's going to happen. 100% it's going to happen. You know, it's going to end up like we're all like Cyberpunk, you know, with like these, yeah, yes, we will do it. No, we will. Of course it's going to happen because that's just human nature. But I feel like Insight, hello, welcome to the stream. We already have done it, just not ready with humans yet. It's all to play for. How's it going, Insight? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. But no, you're right. It's going to end up like we're going to be like Cyberpunk, aren't we? With all these augmentations. And you're going to go to some chop doctor and be like, I want new legs. I want, I don't know, cybernetic blades to come out of my arms. Doing well, just getting back onto Path of Exile 2 grind for a little bit. Very nice, very nice. I'm very much doing the same, but on Lord of the Rings Online. Grinding away here. Always grinding. Hopefully we will alter our personalities to all be morally good people. I don't ever think that one's going to come, I'm afraid. I think that's a very high ambition, that we have a perfect society of all morally good people. There's always going to be some bad eggs, isn't there? You know, I don't think we can ever get away from that one. You never know. I don't think there's ever been like a depiction of the future, even if it's apocalyptic or not, where society is all morally good. There's always bad in every aspect of everything, isn't there? Got a lot to do in Lotro as well. I wanted to do a bunch of deeds to try and earn enough coins for a character slot. Yeah, the grind on that is for real. That is a real grind. Getting 5 points at a time is difficult. It's possible, but won't happen at any time soon. Everything can change in the far future, thousands of years from now, even human nature. I mean, think about years prior then, in terms of human nature. Has it changed all too much, do you think? Because there's still good and bad people through time. Through wars and through genocide and, you know, things of that nature that have happened. So, do you really think the future, that can change? Up till now, we are not able to change human nature. Oh, I see, okay. That makes more sense then. But I suppose if you're artificially changing that, like you're saying there, yeah. But with future technology, we can just change the DNA. Physically change the DNA. Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, you mean artificially. Okay. I thought you meant just through, like, having these things accessible that, you know, not necessarily naturally, but it'll just end up changing through time. Human evolution has mostly stopped since we stopped allowing people to die. That's an interesting concept. We've stopped allowing people to die. What do you mean by, like, medicine? In the sense that we can prolong life through, you know, medical care, which wouldn't readily be available in the past. Is that what that meant? Or am I just completely missing the mark there? Human nature will never improve much without artificially changing it by changing DNA or such. Which I feel like is even a more scary thought, that to think that in the future potentially there'll be power to completely reconstruct DNA and just extract the bad elements of DNA that make up, you know, the kind of psychopaths we have in the world, and, you know, the crazies. We just, like, erase it. That no longer is a thing. That's crazy. Could you imagine that? Could you really imagine living in a world where there's just they just get rid of it, and they just can, like, yeah, that's it. From this moment forward, all new children that are birthed or created, I don't know, you know, in some sort of symbiotic fluid, will only have good thoughts. I hope we do find a cure for psychopaths at a genetic level. No, I can see 100% a need for that. Definitely. Definitely. But a correction from birth instead of a correction once they've then found to be a psychopath. Because I feel like they've kind of tried to do that in the past with, you know, asylums and such, trying to correct people and fix them, which clearly didn't work and is very, very bad. And we will agree to do it because we don't want psychopaths at least, and then eventually we can agree to remove more and more bad stuff. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Once it's started, that's kind of it. Why would they not? Yes, it will continue. Once they've been able to do it once, then it will just be rolled out for everyone. Damn, that's crazy. Oh, look at this dude. He's got 2 other dudes with him. 37 with 2 36s. Reckoned drunk. Drunk rune. Drunk ruin. Interesting. Playing 3 accounts at once. That's kind of crazy. Bad will continue to get redefined as we go. We will, but maybe not in our lifetime. No, that's true. That is true. I'm not sure if it will be in our lifetime. Maybe in the next generation, or even maybe the generation after that. To be fair. Who knows? Who actually knows? Oh my goodness. Well, ladies and gents, I think I may have to leave it there. Because it is getting late, nearly 10 PM for me. So apologies for the short stream today. I was thinking of doing 4, but I just remembered through the phone calls that I've had, I've actually got some bits and pieces to do for work tomorrow. So unfortunately, I need to do that now that I'm going to end the stream and do a little bit of work because I completely forgot I needed to get it ready for tomorrow. So I appreciate you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you very much. If there is anybody new watching that isn't currently following, give us a follow. I'd appreciate it. The Discord is also linked and pinned at the top. So if you're not part of that, give that a shot too if that's your thing, if you want to chat off stream. But unfortunately, I will have to leave it there. It's been very riveting, the conversation. I really appreciate it. We've covered a lot of ground. Not much that I often see in a Twitch chat, to be fair. Normally it's quite brain rot, but it's actually been quite titillating to the senses to cover some quite broad and interesting topics. So thank you very much for keeping me company. But yes, this is the end. So everybody have a good evening. Have fun, whatever it is you're doing. And I'll be streaming tomorrow. So if you're around, stop in and we'll catch up then. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you, Insight. Catch you next time. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you.